Hey guys, welcome to what I am calling Reignited Rides. Now, a little bit ago, I asked you guys to submit your vehicles to be considered for a feature on the channel, and you guys really came through. There were some absolutely fantastic submissions and some vehicles that I can't wait to show you guys. Now, if you don't see your vehicle on this particular episode, don't worry, you don't have to resend it. I have all of these things in a file. And if you have not yet actually submitted your vehicle, there is information in the description down below on how to do so. All right, let's get straight into it. All right, first up, we've got Don Christopherson in this 2007 Dodge Charger RT. It says it's got a stock 5.7 Hemi motor in there. Now, why am I choosing to start this whole segment off with a stock motor? Well, he's got a great story behind the vehicle. It says the car used to belong to his brother, who was always a big fan of the Dodge Charger, but couldn't really afford one until he found this car. Now, he purchased it in 2019, had all these plans to fix it up, but unfortunately he passed away in 2021. So his brother ended up with a car, spent 8 months getting it all fixed up in honor of his brother. Now he replaced the front fascia, driver's side front fender, driver's side front door, hood, both rocker panels. All the tears on the upholstery have been fixed, new instrument cluster. He had a body shop paint the car, and then he himself put on all of the graphics. Now he says he spent more money on the car than it's worth, but it's come to mean a lot to me, and he has no plans to ever sell the car. Runs like a new car and handles great, and he's even had it in a couple of car shows, and I completely understand that because look at the work that he put into this thing. This thing is such a clean example of a Charger, especially one of these older Chargers. I absolutely love the shaker hood on there. I think the color is perfect on this thing, and I think the graphics add a nice little touch to it. So I love vehicles like that, where there's a real story behind it, where it has that sentimental value, and I am certainly no stranger to putting way more money into something than you'll ever see in return. So just want to start with that. Don, fantastic job on this car. Next up, we've got Andrew with his 67 Belvedere Hemi swap. Now, I've actually met Andrew before. He came up and talked to me at Kearney Raceway during Rocky Mountain Race Week last year that we did. And we were kind of having a discussion about manual transmissions because I had put an AR5 trans behind my C10, and that was his plan on his build as well. That time has passed since then, and apparently he has got this thing on the road running and driving. This thing is awesome. This is exactly what I love about cars, mixing and matching and making things work. So let's see here. He's got a 67 Plymouth Belvedere. It's got an early 5.7, so pre-2009. It's bolted to an AR5 trans with a 3.9 Dakota AX15 bell housing. He's got a narrowed Explorer 8.8 rear end with 3rd, 4th gen Camaro style torque arm rear suspension. He says so far he's run 1367 in the quarter on street tires and a bone stock engine that's got a bit of a blow-by issue that he's working on. He says after he gets the engine freshened up and some tires, I'm hoping to get it in the 12s. I have no question that this thing's going to run the 12s, but more importantly than that, I think this thing looks amazing. In fact, it looks like something I would build myself because it's absolutely my style. And I love the mixing and matching of the various components that you use, especially with having the Ford 8.8 rear end in there. And there's so many directions you can go with this thing to continue the build. But honestly, just the way it is right now, I'm a fan. So I have to say, fantastic job, Andrew. Our next vehicle was submitted by Jeff Watt. He says he's got his 2006 Chrysler 300C all-wheel drive. Here's the important part, with the eBay 7875 turbo on E85 with Dodge Demon injectors. Now, if you're looking at these photos right now, you're like, what on earth is this guy talking about? That's a stock 300C. But now look at the engine bay, look at it underneath there. I mean, this car is fun. This is exactly what I'm about. He says, I originally bought it with the goal of running a 12-second quarter mile, but you know how projects go. I ran an 11.6 at 116 miles an hour on a 200 shot of nitrous with a nitrous outlet kit. Now with the turbo only setup, its best time in the quarter has been 10.9 at 126 with the same completely untouched 185,000 mile engine and transmission on 12 PSI of boost. Says he just swapped in the 2015 and up Charger Police all-wheel drive driveline and a Scat Pack limited slip differential. Now it really hooks with a best of 1.53 60-foot time on street tires. He says, oh, and the exterior is completely stock for the sleeper effect. I absolutely love this stuff. This thing must be insane to take down the strip. Anything that runs 10s is incredibly fast. Jeff, you owe me a 10-second car. All right, we got our next submission from Bill Killeen. He's got a 2019 Charger RT, says it's his daily driver. He would love to stroke the 5.7 and keep her naturally aspirated. Says she always puts a smile on my face when I hear that cold start. And isn't that the truth for all of us who have these Hemi powered vehicles? Oh man, you know, the factory exhaust, as much as I'm not really a fan of the MDS and the dropping into that, the factory exhaust sounds terrific on a Hemi engine. It doesn't matter if it's the trucks, the cars, whatever it is, they did a great job of tuning that, especially on the Scat Pack models. The Hellcats too, for sure, they've got their own sound, but I think the Scat Pack models, when you fire those things up, that cold start, oh, it's definitely, yeah, I absolutely love that. Now, if you look at these pictures here, super clean car, obviously, got a bunch of different graphics on there, kind of set it apart a little bit, and just the black, obviously a great looking car. So I'm sure that, Bill, you have a fantastic time driving this thing around. Can't wait to see what you do with it in the future. All right, we've got a 2009 Dodge Challenger RT from Naum Hatzis. I'm probably saying your name wrong, I apologize. You know, he mentions in the beginning that he doesn't believe that his car is show worthy with all the dents and dings it's got, but you know, that's really the point here, because these are drivers, right? These are vehicles that we are getting out and we're actually enjoying these things. I don't need to see something that's gonna sit on a shelf somewhere and collect trophies. That's not important to me. I wanna see vehicles that we're out there enjoying and using them as they're meant to be used. So this vehicle, as you can see, obviously he may have a different opinion of it than I do, but I think it's not that bad. I think it looks really clean. This is a nice looking Challenger here. And let's see here, he's got a few different things that he's changed. SRT8 wheels, SRT8 hood scoops, front air valence, Mopar cold air kit, catback exhaust, Predator tune, and a pistol grip shift handle. So I like what he's got going on with this car here. It's a very simple build, and it's something that a lot of us can aspire to, right? Now, he mentions that he's open to getting a camshaft into it. I'm totally down with that. Mileage, I don't think the mileage matters all that much. Just stick a cam in that thing and enjoy it. You know, we kind of want that lope sound, right? Let's enjoy these things more. He says a set of long tube headers and mid pipes are also on the docket. And he says it would probably benefit greatly with an updated posi and rear axles. So all things we're looking forward to in the future. But I have to say, I love your car, man. It looks great. And I can't wait for your son to be able to enjoy it as well. Finally, we've got another one that I really love what he's done here. This is from Will Watson. He's got a 1984 Dodge Ram Charger that he is splicing together with a 2014 Ram 1500. So essentially what he's doing here is he is actually shortening the frame on the Ram 1500 so they can put the Ram Charger body on it and basically have all of the modern features and accoutrements that a modern vehicle would have in the old style Ram Charger vehicle, which I think is a very, very smart way to go about it, because with my C10 that I did, basically I just transplanted the Hemi power plant into a C10, and you're just kind of left with the C10 suspension, brakes, and all that, which has to be upgraded eventually anyway to really make it a nice running and driving truck, which I love my C10, but it definitely has its shortcomings. Doing it the way that Will is doing it here is really the smart way to go about it, because you have all of those modern features that work exactly as they're supposed to, but you have that retro look. I think this thing looks amazing. Looks like he's still in the process of it right now, but man, this is gonna be a really cool vehicle when he's all done. Will, I want you to go ahead and send me some photos when you're all finished up with this thing. So that is it for this episode of Reignited Rides. I want to thank you guys so much for your submissions that you have made so far. Again, if you are interested in having your vehicle featured on the channel, I do have that information in the video description down below, so go ahead and check that out. For now, we'll see you guys next time on Reignited.